Center yourself. Okay, excuse me. Back to the fucking the thing. Okay, so yeah, this guy 980 for this PC tower kind of looking thing goes on the floor underneath my counter. Underneath, faucet comes up the top. It's pure. It's running like constantly basically. Because most of them come with like a tank that goes in the back and that thing fills up. And when you use that, then actually once it's empty, it starts filling up again. But some of them are 7 liters, 5 liters, 3 liters. If I'm spending, and then that one, 1950, really, and that's kind of, he's like, oh, the tank's like what was it, like 5 liters or something like that, or 8. I'm like, but besides that, it was just like ridiculous. Like you keep quoting me something that like 2,000, I'm gonna spend for fucking, no, I don't think so. Because the whole point was to be saving me money. I was buying like 10 liters literally a day of distilled water from the store, and that was costing me like €3 a day, like but $3 a day. But $3 a day, that's it's a pack of cigarettes almost. And I already smoke a pack of cigarettes, so I don't need that on top of it. And this was cute for the first 50 plants, but now that I'm pushing like 80, 90, it just doesn't. I can't have enough. When I got back to the day, I had one of them all from the hose because it was like I was overwhelmed. It was like it was like 60% of them like needed watering. I had like 2 liters of water. And the thing was like, dripping, drip, 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 and I'm like, no, I was like losing it. So, I mean, I definitely need a reverse osmosis system. I don't want one of those, I don't have room under my counter, under the sink, because my garbage pail's under there, wheels in and out. So I have like a narrow space. I don't want to like sacrifice that space, but at the same time, to sacrifice that space, I can get one of the cheaper ones. If I wanted to move the garbage pail and have that big space, then I can get one for $300 or $400. With the 3 filter setup, the filter on top, the ultraviolet light, but I don't like this thing. I'm a sucker for convenience and efficiency, and it's the latest. It's electronic. It doesn't need maintenance. If it does, it's guaranteed for 5 years. They come and like change it, and when it needs like a filter needs whatever, once a year they come and do it. It's peace of mind. It's efficiency. It's water on tap all the time. Like it's. Basically, I turn on the tap and it'll run. If I leave that tap on for 20 hours, it'll keep running for 20 hours like osmosis water. Like it's that fiercely efficient. There's no tank to say. It's real time like water basically. It's real time. So yesterday I thought he was like out of the water with like 980, but then this one shows up today for like 1950. So you get a 10-year supply of filters. I'm like, keep your fucking filters. I don't need 10-year supply of filters. He's like, oh, we're giving you an offer. We give you the unit for like €1 plus tax, and so like 121. And then he's like, but you have to buy 10-year supply of filters and this and that, which comes to like 1,900 whatever. And I'm just like, what? So how am I saving? But anyway, let's get back to the unboxing. That I'm like so way off track, and like you can just fast forward ahead. I apologize again for like rambling, but I got a nice wine buzz on, and I just took a bong hit, so I'm just feeling cute. Sorry. All right, moving along. So, to end off that other thing, I think I'm going to go with the 980 with the fierce slimline tower looking thing, sideways on the floor, under my fucking sink and everything, with the faucet and just real-time running osmosis water, so I just don't have to worry. I have it on tap. That's worth it. Oh, we got one more. Oh, ooh! Now I remember what it is. It is the Psychopsis. I believe it's Mariposa alba or Psychopsis alba, whatever it is. In spike. I've learned, well, I've come to the conclusion of this for myself. Ooh, she got like 3 spikes. With the Psychopses, it's better because they're a little bit temperamental and a little bit, they're not the easiest things. Ooh, and I got a bud on it, so 2 buds. See, I think this one was just like 20-something euros. See, this is completely worth it. Completely. To get a Psychopsis with 3 spikes and 3 buds, I don't know. I had gotten one, and it was very hard to like keep, and it was like it died on me, and I just figured, you know what? I'm going to spend a little extra and just buy it with, because it keeps flowering off the same spikes, like not continuously, not sequentially. Well, I don't know, but the point is, like, you don't cut off the flower spike when the flower dies. It keeps splitting flowers off the same spikes. Look at these spikes. Oh my god. So I decided I'm going to buy Psychopsis with the spikes, and then, at least like that part is The hardest part is that, and then once they have the spikes in place, getting it to flower, it was like pretty simple. Like it was like it did it on its own pretty much, and so you have all the framework done already, without having to worry about growing the spikes. Look at these things; they're huge. I'll put a disclaimer on here, because I already got well, somebody complained on Workaholics Anonymous because I was like, how fucking cool, like describing like the dancing bubble film, and like I get could you please try not to use this language on here, I thought this was an orchid group and whatever. I didn't know I'd have to be F-bombs, and I'm like, really, seriously, honey? Like I didn't want to like start a whole like long whatever. So I let other people do it. Like other people started answering, and they were like, because she's like, my 10-year-old niece like likes to look at watch this with me. Likes to go, and people are like, well, you have to be at 13 to open an account on Facebook, and well, that's your job as a parent to like to make sure you see what she sees and what she doesn't see, because obviously if she's not old enough to have an account on Facebook, it's because there's stuff on here that she's not supposed to be seeing. So I'm in an adult group. Workaholics Anonymous is an adult group of like, we have our quirks and we're definitely eccentric, but we're adults and we can say what we want, when we want, how we want, and as long as nobody gets offended. And I don't think I offended anyone, so I will not apologize unless I feel like I offended. I didn't apologize. I was just like, there's like an emoji with like the guy sitting in the computer. He's going like this. Anyway, let's check on here. Okay, Psychopsis mariposa var alba. So this baby's gonna have the yellow flowers. Look at these things, are amazing. Look, I'm gagging. Just showing it some perspective. How huge! Like, okay, like my arm. This is no joke. I would say this has got to be at least 2.5 feet. I am gagging. Now, the other one I got when I got the original Psychopsis mariposa, that was also with like 3 spikes, but they were like this high, like about here. I waited because the first one I had ever gotten, I tried to put it right to the semi-hydro, and it was already like weak, and that just like put it over the edge. This one I waited a little longer until I saw like some new growth. Like here, I'm not seeing any new growth. It's got one old bulb without a leaf, then it's got 2 other pseudobulbs, and then the newest one. 3 flower spikes in all. But no new growth. So I would probably wait, and we've got the buds. We'll see the buds. Hold on a second. You got one right there. I get this bitch to focus. Hold on. Sorry, this. There's one. Here's another one. And the third one over here. It's the biggest. Oh. Let's get this in the focus. There you go. Pretty big. I have to be careful with these though, because on my other Psychopsis, I knocked 2 buds off that were flowering. And like one I knocked with my head, and the other one I don't know how I knocked it off. I was putting it down to water it, and it I hit the cabinet and knocked it right off. So, wow! I am so psyched with the Psychopsis mariposa alba. I can see this one's blinded. Fierce. And this is my little orchid haul from good old Orchid Garden in Poland, who seem to be like, I have to say, as far as like nurseries, because I mean, the classics like Schroeder and but Schroeder, honestly, they're like hit or miss for me. Like I'd say I've had as many good experiences as bad with them. usually like related to either shipping, problems with like the things have gotten here not in condition, and just things that had left their nursery not in condition. You know what I'm saying? Like I could, for example, I got a BLC Cornerstone Compass. The thing came to me. It was I took pictures of it. And I was like, I cannot believe that this came from like you. Like, aren't you embarrassed? Like the thing was, okay. First of all, it was like pot in this tiny little pot. Okay, and I noticed after like when I was trying to get it out there, it was like 2 pots. And I'm seeing these they had roots coming out of the first pot, and another pot jammed over it, and the roots coming out of that like were completely like flattened. And so by the time I got the first thing off, all the roots were like flattened and like dead. When I got the main one off, if I said the thing was completely like packed, solid, sphagnum moss, dry, and then all the poor roots that were sticking out were completely flattened and dead. I was like, I cannot believe I just got them. I mean, looking at it before you took the pots off, the leaves were gorgeous. It was like, wow, what a healthy plant. As soon as I took the bottom pots off, I was like, I cannot believe you said this. You know what their answer was when I was like, how could you send me something in this condition? Like, what? They're like, maybe you should buy your plants locally instead of ordering them from another country, and maybe you'll have more luck. I'm like, what kind of answer is that? Like, I was like, excuse me? Like, I was almost like, I wasn't, when you just got like, out of left field, I'm like, what? Like, I thought they were going to be like, either like, I'm sorry for like whatever, or they were going to just be like, this is how we do, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But to just be like, an answer is just like, well, maybe you shouldn't buy your things from so far away, so you don't have to worry about like shipping and stuff. I'm like, whatever. So like, I'll order from them once in a while if I have something like that I really want, and I see it on there. But I've had literally just as many good as bad experiences with them. But my point was, it was Orchid Garden. I have to say, for like relatively new in terms of like I've only heard of it this year, on Workaholics Anonymous. But I've made probably like about 4 orders with them already in like 2 months. I haven't had a problem with anything. Like the plants are in good condition. They're healthy. No like mites or bugs or like insects on anything. They're like, when they say flowering size or like adult plants, they are pretty much adult plants. Like there's no like So just in general, the shipping was fucking cheap. €7. Okay, they sent it by regular mail. It took an extra day. Literally, it got here in like 8 days instead of not even. He sent it out last Friday, and today's Thursday. And so I got here in the amount of time for €7. Okay, €7 I paid for shipping. That's fierce. When these other places are like 18, 19, 20. I mean, I paid that one at Orchid Garden for €20 just to try it, because people are like, oh, there's a new nursery, there's so many plants. So like, when you get in your head, like, oh, I'm going on, I'm going to buy something, like, for sure. And then it's like, people are like, oh, but the shipping's $20. I'm like, so what are you telling me, that I can't buy one? No. Like, I already went in there with the intention I'm going to buy one, so I'm going to buy 3. I'll buy 3 to make the shipping worth it. €20 for the shipping. So, like, that's still, like, in the negative column for that one. But the Orchid Garden has just been, like, smooth sailing since I started ordering from them. Never had a problem, efficient, good, very reasonably priced, good selection, and I just all around, I just give them, 2 thumbs up. Okay, so that was my orchid haul for this week. I will try and get that other video up too, of the first 2 that came at the beginning of the week from that orchiding, whatever, €20 shipping one, and this other place, NSB Orchids, which is also like a German place. So I figured I'd try them all, and I got like 3, and from here I got 5? 4? 4, 5. So what did I get this week? 11? I'm pushing like 80 something now, probably. Okay, so I gotta be at work in half an hour, and let me get to cleaning this place up. It's a fucking mess. Alright, have a good weekend, everybody. Happy growing, and I will see you soon. If you like this video, please hit like underneath and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. If you are bored to death or just like over it, just close it and whatever. Thank you. Happy growing.